So you are asking me how to deal with behavioral issues of your kid, your child. Now there are two things in this, behavioral and issues. That means there is a certain behavior of your child which looks like an issue to you. But actually, there may be an issue actually in your child's life which is creating this behavior. So the issue in child's life is creating the behavior, and you're thinking my child has a behavioral issue. One. Second thing, so what are behavioral issues according to you? Like anxiety, fear, tantrum, being defensive, bullying others, or getting bullied also sometimes, not able to stand for themselves, or maybe they're pushing and beating children in the school. However, okay, the kid is shouting a lot. So according to you, these are all behavioral issues. But my dear, listen to me. Let's come to the issues because of which the child is showing these behaviors. Number one, anxiety, you are saying. So if your kid is just 3, 4, 5, 6 years, maybe 7 years, there is no chance, not at all, that they would have anxiety, because they don't know what anxiety is. They are not supposed to know what stress is or tension is. It is adapted energy that they have soaked in from their father or their mother. So when you're bringing your anxiety to your home, your concerns and worries of future, and this is your day and night discussion with your wife or your wife with you, your child knows this is what is right, this is what is ideal, and how do I copy it? They start copying it in their own life, worrying about the future, worrying about their school, worrying about whatever in their life. Okay, so this worry of future is actually anxiety. Fear of future is anxiety, and they are picking it from the environment 100%. It is not possible for any child who's less than 8 years of age to have their own fears, to have their own concerns, to have your own worries. They don't know. It does not exist as a concept. It is a borrowed concept. Understood? Now, the second one would be, for example, the behavioral issue of hitting somebody, hitting a child, bullying, fighting. These are all defense mechanisms. These are all attention-seeking mechanisms. These are all ways through which child needs somebody to look at them. Now, at the baseline, your child may be reflecting your behavior. Who amongst you both, when you say both means the spouse, your spouse and you, is attention deficit? Are you paying attention to your wife? Or if you're the wife, are you paying enough attention to your husband? If you're not paying, now this reflection of I am deficit, I need somebody else's attention, is being reflected by the child in a way that they want to gather, they want to gain that attention through different activities, like creating a scenario or fighting someone or pushing someone. Especially at home, they'll behave. But as soon as they step out to the relative's place, some birthday party, they'll start doing all of this. Why? Because at home, so they'll get a nice one. But there, you'll be embarrassed. So you're not going to say anything. There, they take advantage of it, and then they want to gather their attention. So the root cause is A, to start giving that attention, more than attention, appreciation to your spouse. Actually, how can you give the appreciation to your spouse? By becoming involved with them. Involved with what's going in their mind, what's in their heart. So this is true appreciation. Good listening is an appreciation. Then the need for your child to reflect this behavior that, come on, give me that attention, otherwise I'll bash somebody or push somebody, this would not be there. Second, and the third way through which your child, you may call him or her, your child, bad behavior, would be shouting, showing the signs of being aggressive, like fighting a lot, shouting aloud, screaming a lot. Why is your daughter screaming? Why is your son screaming when they're 5, 6? Because they have seen it's okay to scream. When somebody is not listening to you, then to be heard, you need to shout. You need to increase that pitch, the volume. because now you want to get your message across to somebody's head. Your child is picking from this environment so as to deliver my message, what I want to speak and convey to somebody else. The way is to scream and shout. Again, so how to pacify your child? Say, I'm listening. Talk. When they're shouting, say, I'm listening. Don't shout back. They are shouting and then you shout back. No, you don't do this and all of that. Don't do that. When they are shouting and you shout, they know it's okay to shout. Let me shout more. Be calm and say, what's troubling you? Then they again shout, what's troubling you? We can talk. Then the voice would come down and down and down and down. When the voice is absolutely down, don't be frustrated, don't be irritated. Have patience. Bring the voice, the pitch down. When it is calmness, when they're down, and say, you're amazing, but what's wrong with you? I mean, what is it that, not even what's wrong with you, what it is that you want to convey? What is there in your mind and your heart? Please speak. And now it becomes a safe space for them to speak their heart. And then somebody would say, in our times, nowadays children are screaming. In our times, we would get one tight slap from my dad and there would be no screaming. Are bhai, in that time, if your dad would slap you or your mom would slap you, there would be your uncle, your chacha, your mama, somebody to cuddle you. The cushioning was happening. Nowadays, there is nobody. The relatives are not there. The grandparents are not there. So that cushioning is not there. So if you had a tight slap from someone, no one else is there who's cuddling you. Right now, in this day and age, for your child. In those times, there were so many people. So you became that rough and tough person because you always had that cushion. Okay, so when your child is screaming, do not scream back. Know that this child has picked this behavior. There is something unspoken which you want to speak, you want to be heard as a spouse, which is not being heard. Now your child is shouting for that. So now, learn to express yourself in a way that you would be heard. Learn how to communicate with your spouse. I mean, when I say learn, means you know it. Just put it in a way that it is effective. And then calm your child. Pay attention, and when your child is talking to you, don't be on your gadget. Don't be on your mobile phone or your television or something else and just wait, I'm going to talk to you. Leave everything. Say what it is. I'm there for you. Come on, let's talk. With the eye contact with your child. Now your child knows I'm involved. They are listening to me. And then your child will not scream. So that was a very third point of screaming. I hope now there is no behavioral issue for your child. Actually, there are issues in the environment because of which the child is behaving in a certain way. Don't label your child with some issues and all of that. That's not justified. They're all beautiful people in our spaces, our kids.